Hey everybody, welcome back to Josh Lioce's video blog. This week we're talking about escalation clauses. What are they and how can you use them if you're a buyer in today's marketplace? Stay right here. We'll be right back. Okay, so escalation clauses. You've probably heard that language or that term if you're in the industry or certainly if you're in the market to buy a home. So what is an escalation clause? It is a clause that you can place in or provision that you can place in an offer to lay out an enhancement of your value of what you're willing to offer on the property based on other buyers' offers and their terms. So I'll give you an example of how this clause is typically laid out or written. And again, it is an addendum that we typically use in the offer. And what it states is, for example, you are going to pay $2,500 over the highest and best offer up to a certain number. Example in hand, $500,000 offer on a house that's worth $500,000. However, because it's such a competitive market, you believe that the property is worth $520,000. So you offer your initial offer of $500,000 because that's where you're comfortable, and you attach an escalation clause. And that clause states that you're willing to pay $2,500 over any other offer up to a ceiling of, in this example, we'll say $520,000. So multiple offers come in. Your offer is at $500,000. The best offer on the table is at $510,000. Because of your clause in your language, that automatically puts you to an offer price of $512,500. And it's up to the seller at that point to accept the offer or not accept the offer based on all the other terms and conditions versus competing offers. Now, this is a great tool to use, obviously, in regards to how you can put yourself out there and show what you're willing to pay. It does lay all your cards on the table in the sense of value. Now, there's also other things that will come into play that you can do to enhance your offer along with this escalation clause, such as waiving contingencies, which I typically, obviously, don't ever advise anyone to do. However, given the marketplace in your area and where you're at, it may be something that you have to do to be competitive. Okay, so waiving of contingencies, increasing down payment, being very strong financially. Maybe you're able to offer all cash, which is really the trump of all cards that you could put out there. Maybe you're offering an enhanced closing time frame for the seller. Maybe you're willing to pay an appraisal gap if there is one. You're willing to pay up to $10,000 or $15,000 or $20,000 and what's called an appraisal gap. So that offer, let's go back to that offer where you offered $520,000, but the highest offer based on your escalation clause brought you to that $512,500. Well, let's say the property only appraises for $505,000. In a normal situation, that becomes an issue, right? Either you have to come up with the difference, the seller has to reduce their price, or a negotiation in between. What you're seeing some buyers do now, along with a lot of these other things, such as escalation clauses and other strengthening of the offer type approaches, we're seeing people actually put in what's called an appraisal gap coverage. All right, so they're saying we'll pay up to, with proof of funds, $10,000 over any appraisal shortfall. So in that case, let's say you did have that language in there, you would actually make up the difference of that $7,500 out of your own pocket. Now, in a normal balanced market, you're not going to see some of these terms, you're not going to see some of these contingencies, you're not going to see some of these provisions that we're seeing in this marketplace that we're experiencing today. It is extremely competitive with very low inventory. So a clause like an escalation clause helps you really kind of put it out there in regards to how you're going to try to beat any other offers. Again, shows all your cards and shows exactly where you'll be with value, but it is a great tool to utilize if you're trying to edge yourself above the competition. Keep in mind all those other things I talked about in this video in regards to other things you can do to strengthen your offer are also important. So you don't have to use them all. You can only use one or two of them, or you can use none of them. It's really whatever you're comfortable with. The most important thing that you can take away from this video in regards to escalation clauses or the competitive nature of this market is that you should always be really comfortable with where that final price is going to be. Don't put yourself in a position where you've priced yourself out of a comfort level or priced yourself out of just enjoying life outside of it. You don't want to be so over your head in regards to where you're at with that value that you're willing to offer that you're not able to enjoy other things in life, or you make yourself very uncomfortable financially. Be very smart with those financial decisions. Be very smart with where you end up. Do not get caught up in the chaos of the market and just make smart, wise financial choices. So if you have any questions on the escalation clause or any of the items we talked about in this video, please do not hesitate to reach out. I will answer any of the questions that come up. And if there's a video you'd like me to do on something specific, please just shoot me an email or a message or give me a call, and I'll get a video done as soon as possible for you. Thank you as always for watching Josh Lioce's video blog. Hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you next time.